doing here? Could have got yourself killed.
Well, bless my cogs, it's Master Davy. I've been looking for you everywhere, Master Davy. 2 very nasty gentlemen came looking for you. They were very angry. I think the professor's out to get you.
Come on, let's get out of here. We really need to find a way off this street. The professor's goons are only down a little ways. For Cog's sake, try and be quiet, will you?
Oh dearie me. I hope my cogs are sufficiently oiled.
Oi, you two, over here. We can get out down this alley.
Emily, are you following me? Pretty sure you're on the wrong side of the tracks, as it were.
Saw you wander off, didn't I? Thought you might be looking for trouble again. Wasn't wrong either. Knew you would probably need some help, so come on, let's go.
Cabby, follow those children. Discreetly, if you please.
What the cogs are you two rugrats doing skulking around these streets? They're dangerous at the best of times, and even worse now the prof's on the prowl looking for God knows what. By the way, I'm Jenkers, your friendly neighbourhood buster.
What the clankers is a buster?
Well, let's say I can bust into this and that, but most of all I just like getting on the professor's nerves. He nicked my airship in a game of chance. Yeah, I know, I didn't stand a chance. Well, I'm Emily Bouchard, and this is David Fitzgerald. Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
Oh, and that's Oddbod, cowering in the back there. He's okay, but let's say he wasn't at the front of the queue when they programmed any bottle.
Oh, Master Davy, I am sorry I let you down. I do try my very best, you know. But you do seem to attract trouble like a magnet. Anybody would think you were a mechanical, not I.
I'm assuming that's your airship on top of the professor's building? Yeah, that's my ladybird. I'm sure he puts it there just to rub my nose in it. He could easily have moored it at the local air station, but no, he has to show it off so the whole world can see. So okay, what's the story about you two? You obviously look like you've both been through the mill together.
Well, we only met a few weeks ago, actually. My pa's gone missing whilst on one of his adventures, and my grandma's been taking care of me ever since. She's a little overprotective, you know, since my ma went missing whilst with my pa on an expedition. But that's old history.
Well, I've been told I'm too unruly. I don't know where anyone could get that impression from.
She lives in the better end of Basingstoke. You know, with all the toffs.
It's not my fault I've been brought up to be a lady. One day some boring old duke or something is going to get a really big shock if he tries to make me a traditional wife. I'd like to think of myself as a modern woman, not some stuffy old spinster type who marries just for status. Do you really see me in layers of petticoats, brandishing doilies at a tea party? Or sipping champagne at a dinner party with my pinky raised? No way!
You must be receiving help from someone. We have spies everywhere. Maybe the Mother's Journal can be of some assistance.
I have scoured the pages for hours, and there is no help I can see. Just a child's drawing of a pirate treasure map and the insane ramblings of a love-struck mother.
Our efforts to reacquire the boy have been, let's say, fruitless.
If we could find the father, he may have more information on what we seek.
That peasant? He's run away like a rat in the cog factory. He's been missing for years. Our spies have searched the length and breadth of the country looking for him, and there's been absolutely no sign.
He may have left the country. His troublesome wife was well travelled and could have discovered the key anywhere. Ergo, the key could be anywhere.
I still think the boy knows more than he realizes. This drawing must have come from someone. He's the logical choice. He is the key to everything.
So why is the prof on your tail then?
Well, my ma and pa discovered something. I'm not sure what, on their last adventure together. The professor seemed to think I know all about it. He has already broken into my house and stolen books, papers, and my ma's journal to try and find everything he can about what they were up to. But honest, I haven't got a clue what he wants. I don't know. I must get my ma's journal back. The little time I had to read through it, I know there are some personal messages to me. I want them back. And even if it means I have to break into that blasted building and take them myself.
Sounds like a plan, sort of. Well, I'm sure you two have enough street smarts to do the deed, but I think, if I may suggest, that I would like to tag along, for moral support as it were. I'm not saying you need adult supervision or anything, but it could be fun to get up the prof's nose a bit, don't you think?
Show her what you have got, Davy. I think we can trust her.
Well, the only thing I do have is a page from my ma's journal. Well, part of a page anyway. It must have got torn out when they raided my room. But it's in some sort of code and I don't have the cipher. If I only could remember where I've seen it before. I'm sure I've seen it, but my ma's been gone for so long I seem to have forgotten things. You know, the little things we used to do together. The only way I can remember her face nowadays is from this photograph of us when I was a baby.
Davy, sat on the back of the picture. It looks like the same sort of writing that's on the torn page.
And it's in my ma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. Hold on, I think I remember something now. When I was younger, my ma used to write little messages and leave them all around the house. They each were a clue where to find the next note.
You mean like a scavenger hunt? Well, I'll be blowed. Looks like we have our own scavenger hunt now, doesn't it? Do you remember how to decode the message on the back of the picture? That must be the first step in the hunt.
Come on, Davy, think. It must be something only you and your ma would know. So if the journal fell into the wrong hands, it couldn't be easily read.
I've got it! I remember now. Does anyone have a pencil and a piece of paper? It goes like this. Write the word in a vertical line, then after each letter, write the next letter in the alphabet. The second letter has 2 and the third 3, and so on until the word is complete. It looks like a triangle in the end, because when I was younger I couldn't say triangle very well.
That must be it.
Something so simple. A mind like the professor's wouldn't think it could be as easy as that. He would think only of complex mathematical equations or strange numerical variants.
Right, Davy, get on with the decipher while we come up with a plan on how to get the book back. There must be a way to the professor's building without being noticed.
There doesn't seem to be any guards at the door. This looks too easy.
The professor must be distracted by something.
Or someone.
Professor Blackfriar, I presume. I have been wondering when we would meet.
Madam, I don't believe I have had the pleasure.
I believe not. But we may be indirectly acquainted as you or your goons have been, let's say, sifting through my smalls, as it were.
I beg your pardon, me lady. That seems a little cross, to say the least. I don't believe we have been formally introduced.
My name is Countess Matilda Mountbatten, the grandmother of young Davy Fitzgerald. I have reason to believe that you broke into my home recently and removed certain personal items belonging to my daughter and son-in-law.
I think you are mistaken, madam. Such trivial trinkets are of no use to me.
Ah, but I do think you may have some use for these trinkets, sir. And I insist on their return forthwith before matters become untenable.
I see, milady, that you too are a member of the Order. I will look into the matter immediately, madam, and will contact you without haste. but if you could excuse me, I have urgent matters to attend.
Look at the size of this place. I bet those stairs over there go to the roof. Good way to make our escape in the Ladybird. Two birds with one breaking, don't you think? Ooh, look what I've just found. This might come in handy.
Look where you're pointing at thing, will you? Have you ever fired a gun?
I think I'll take that, thank you, young lady, before you have someone's eye out, or worse.
Master Davy, look at this table. Here's the mistress's papers. Bit clumsy of him to leave them out like this, don't you think?
Probably thinks no one would have the nerve to break into his inner sanctum. Let's grab him and get the clankers out of here before the prof decides to come back. Emily, grab the book, will you?
I know this is your property, as it were, Master Davy, but I can't help feeling I'm stealing, and it goes against all my protocols.
Don't be daft, you old clunker. That book may have clues to what happened to my ma and pa.
As you request, Master Davy.
Oddbud, remind me to get your protocols reprogrammed, will you? I'm not your master, you're my friend. When are you going to get that through that thick tin-plated skull of yours?
So sorry, Master, I'm sure. It just seems so forward of me to assume friendship with a fleshling, even though I've been at your side since the day you was born.
Oh, don't you two get all mushy on me now. We are in the middle of a felony heist, you know. Right, that's the lot. Let's not push our luck. We need to get out of here before we get unwanted company.
Oi, what are you lot doing in here? Oh!
Emily, grab the book, quick!
Let's get the cogs out of here before the whole place goes up.
You seem a little flustered, Professor. Is this order of yours more than just a gentleman's club? And why does it involve that old woman?
That is not just any old woman. That is Batty Mountbatten. She was as ruthless as they come, back in her time. She was a ruthless, calculated agent of the Order who would stop at nothing to achieve her mission. It is said that her torturing skills were second to none. She could keep her victims alive for days, until she got the information she required, and reveled in the task at that.
So, what is this information she sought so vehemently? Surely she was not looking for the key as we do. If she was that proficient, she would have surely found it.
Some say she did. With the knowledge she acquired, she hid the key where no one would ever find it. Some say the power frightened her so much, she suddenly retired from the intelligence life and started a family. With the knowledge she obtained over the years about certain influential people, they were too afraid to pressure her through fear of repercussions.
This key must be very powerful indeed. Does anyone know exactly what it does?
Scholars through the ages surmised that the person who controls the key can travel anywhere in the world, instantly. But recently, since the advent of mechanicals, we believe that once used on a mechanical it no longer needs to be wound up, giving it complete autonomy. Giving that it no longer needs programming. It will follow the will of the key bearer. It could almost be seen as human. If I could only possess the key, I could control all mechanicals and create my own indestructible army of automatons. I could take over the country, nay, the whole world.
But how does it work? How can you travel the world, even by the fastest dirigible? It could take a year to circumnavigate the globe.
That is just it. You can just open any door, and it takes you anywhere, instantly. The power is unimaginable. For eons, scholars have calculated one could even travel to a different place entirely. Even another world, ripe for domination.
So this order of yours, I assume some of the most important people in the country are involved.
Yes, you could say that.
What the?
My books, my research! That damned Jenkins! I'll get you, if it's the last thing I do!